down, bub. Did you eat any rolls?
Cinnamon rolls?
No. Regular rolls.
No. No, I'm just gonna eat.
Cambric would be intoxic, girl.
Or wants to be.
Alright, guys. We are in the PTB of Dead by Daylight. So I want to go ahead and show you guys the new killer. I haven't really played this yet, so this is going to be my first play of Dead by Daylight PTB Chapter 10. We have the Legion. And the Legion kind of looks like this. Frank Morrison was 19, had little to show for it. He stopped attending school after being kicked out of the basketball team for shoving a referee into the stands. Yet Frank was a man of potential who could light up a room despite his bleak childhood. At 6 years old, he had been taken away from Calgary to start a circuit of foster homes. No matter how many times he lashed out, threw tantrums, and got into fights, they kept moving him to new, unfamiliar houses. His last move had been 3 years prior, when his last foster dad, Clive Andrews, had picked him up from the adoption center. They'd been on the road for 7 hours before reaching a small bungalow in Ormond. It would be the longest time they'd spend together. Clive was too busy trading checks from family services for drinks at the bar. Oh boy. Ormond was a small, stale place, a remote town of 6,000 inhabitants where gray winters drag on for most of the year. Frank did everything that he could to get into another adoptive family, but he changed his mind when he caught the attention of a beautiful girl. Julie was a popular girl who was convinced that she deserved better than a life in Ormond, and Frank, as an outsider, was her ticket out. Frank attended the party she threw where everyone was younger than him and easily impressed, which he liked. He met the impulsive Joey, who liked to show off, and the shy, naive Susie, who was Julie's best friend. They would hang out at an abandoned lodge up in Mount Ormond. Their time together was the perfect break from the boring conformity of their small, insignificant everyday lives. Frank saw it as an opportunity to shape their lack of experience into something more powerful. He lined up nights of debauchery and rampage, testing their limits. Bullying, vandalism, and theft were essentially their weekend plans. It came to a point where they would do anything that he asked. Nothing was off limits when they put their masks on. One evening, Frank dared Joe to vandalize the store he had recently fired him. They snuck inside easily enough, as the building was supposed to be empty after closing hours. But a cleaner who was still there grabbed Julie as soon as she came near. Hearing her stifled cries, a dark impulse took over Frank. He rushed to her aid, knife in hand, without hesitating, and planted the blade into the cleaner's back. As the group stared at Frank in complete shock, he ordered them to finish the job. Joe clenched his jaw, grabbed the knife, and stabbed the bleeding man in the ribs. Susie didn't want to do it. Frank shouted at her. They had to finish what they'd started. Julie closed her eyes and jabbed the knife into the man's chest. She handed the wet blade to Susie. They were all in this together now, and Susie stared at Julie in disbelief as Frank grabbed her trembling hands and inserted the knife deep into the man's throat. Frank told them to move fast. They mopped up the blood off the floor, stashed the body in the trunk of Joe's car, and drove up Mount Ormond. All four were digging in the muddy snow to dispose of the body when Frank spotted something moving through the woods. He grabbed his knife and broke from the group to check it out. The fog thickened around Frank, becoming so dense that he soon could no longer see ahead. He retraced his steps and stumbled onto an ominous trail. He followed the eerie path as if called by the darkness. Julie, Susie, and Joe finished digging, but Frank was nowhere to be seen. Julie spotted his muddy footsteps in the snow, and the three of them followed the trail, which took them deeper into the woods. When Julie, Susie, and Joe did not return home that night, Their parents thought they'd run away with Frank. Each family came with a different theory. The mood of the town changed, however, when a body was found by an abandoned lodge of Mount Ormond. All right, so there we go, guys. Sydney Bowser, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, everybody. So that is the background for the new killer, the Legion. And he has the ability to use a feral frenzy. The frenzy is a power gauge that builds up over time. So the longer you don't use it, the more it's going to build up. And you can basically tap your M2 button or your power button to activate it, and you're going to race faster when you do it. So while active, the power drains rapidly, and the power ends. You're going to have an extended cooldown effect, where you're basically a long stun after you get done using the power. And when activating the frenzy, the Legion enters a deadly rage. And while the power is active, the Legion's going to sprint faster than the base movement speed. The Legion can also vault pallets, but he can't break them while he's using this power. Survivor scratch marks are going to be hidden from the killer's view while he's using this power. And missed attacks, however, have a reduced cooldown. While the frenzy is active, hitting a survivor who is not currently inflicted with a deep wound effect gets the deep wound effect, and it also injures the survivor as well, as long as they're not already injured. It's going to refill the killer's entire power gauge. So hitting a survivor will refill the power gauge, and it'll also trigger the killer instinct, which reveals the location of all survivors who do not have a deep wound status effect applied and are also within the killer's terror radius. So there's a lot of things in play here with this new power for the new killer. Now, while the feral frenzy is active as well, hitting a survivor who is currently already afflicted with a deep wound effect is going to have the bar on that deep wound status bleed out timer reduced. So it's going to do more damage to him, basically. And it'll deplete the killer's entire gauge, and his power is going to end immediately. So if you hit somebody that already has the deep wound effect, your power gauge is going to completely run out, but you're going to reduce a portion of the survivor that you hit's bleed out timer. Note, hitting a survivor with a basic attack while Feral Frenzy is not active will deplete the killer's entire power gauge as well. Alright, the Legion has 3 perks, guys. And remember, these are only at level 1, so these will get stronger with use. Or with, not with use, but once you hit level 2 and 3 of them. Discordance. Anytime 2 survivors or more are working on the same generator, the generator's aura is going to be highlighted in yellow for a full 8 seconds. Wow. So basically the killer, instead of just seeing all the red generator auras like normally, if there are 2 or more survivors working on a generator, the killer is going to see a yellow generator aura, so he's going to know that at least 2 people are working on that gen. And it's going to show that for at least 8 seconds. And I'm sure with level 2 and 3 of that perk, it's probably going to be a longer time period that he'll see that yellow aura. Mad Grid is the next perk. And while carrying a survivor, like carrying him to a hook or whatever, you suffer no cooldown for any missed attacks. So you have no cooldown whatsoever. You can swing wildly. I think this is a perk trying to, punish any survivors that are swarming a killer. Basically trying to body block a killer and stuff like that. So they've made an anti-body blocking the killer perk. I think a lot of killers are going to love this one. So no cooldown effect, so you're not going to have a cooldown while swinging. You're not going to be stunned or anything like that if you have this perk. And then also it's going to pause the survivor that you're carrying's wiggle time for 2 seconds. So a great anti-bullying the killer while he's trying to get somebody to a hook perk. And Iron Maiden allows the killer to open lockers 30% faster, and survivors who exit lockers suffer from the exposed status effect. That's a one-hit knockdown, and the location will be revealed for 4 seconds. So if you have this perk, you can open lockers faster, and then any survivor that that leaves a locker, doesn't matter where in the map they are, they're going to have that exposed status. They can be one hit down for 15 seconds. It's not very long, but it does present that danger. But here's the big thing. you exit a locker after hiding, it's going to reveal where you are to the killer for 4 seconds. So interesting perks here for the killer. I think the killers are probably going to like the Mad Grit the most. I have a feeling this one might be. I don't think it's going to be like as popular as Nurse's Calling, but I can see Mad Grit getting used quite a bit. So that's kind of what he looks like. Is there any customization? There is. He does have a few different masks, it looks like, and a couple of different outfits, and just one knife. Okay. So this is a female. That's cool. So the Legion can be either a female or a male. Yep, Julie or Frank. That's pretty cool. So you can be a female Legion or you can be a male Legion. I like it. Alright, let's go check out the new Survivor, guys. The new Survivor, as you can see, level 1. Character information. Is Jeff Johansson. Jeff Johansson was born and raised in Ormond, Alberta, so up in Canada. He grew up as a quiet, only child with an aversion for large crowds. During high school, his anxious nature was mislabeled as shyness, which he covered up with a tough, stoic persona that intimidated bullies and teachers alike. At home, he discovered an interest for heavy metal and started a vinyl collection. The evocative symbolism on the covers inspired him to make some art of his own, which helped him cope with his parents' constant fighting. To escape his parents' increasingly recurrent blow-ups, Jeff started working at a video store. Few customers passed by, so he had a lot of free time to draw. A late-night regular noticed his sketches and asked him to do some artwork for his gang at the abandoned lodge up at Mount Ormond. Jeff accepted the challenge and painted a large mural depicting the Legion in runny, bloody letters. He was given a $50 bill and a 12-pack for his hard work. It was his first paid commission and a milestone that he was proud of. After his parents got divorced, Jeff was forced to move with his mother to Winkler, Manitoba, which was miles away from his hometown and his father. In Winkler, Jeff was more isolated than ever, except for his art and his music. His solace came shortly after graduating high school when he started working at a local bar with live music performances. He found a roadie gig shortly after, leaving Winkler behind. A few years later, Jeff got injured after getting involved in a big fight during a concert. He was told he could lose part of his eyesight, so his doctor asked him to stay in town in order to monitor him. It was a difficult time during which Jeff reassessed his life choices. He went back to school, and he went to art school. His eyesight slowly returned, but he had to be careful. He took a few courses experimenting with a wider range of mediums, ultimately choosing oil painting and digital art, the latter of which offered paid internships. He took up a desk job and found his calling in designing labels for microbreweries. He led a quiet and simple life. He brewed beer, took in Rescue Dog, designed tattoos, and freelanced album covers for bands that he liked. All until one morning when he got a phone call from Ormond saying that his father had passed away, leaving a few things for Jeff to sort out. Jeff drove all the way back to Ormond. He felt a pang of nostalgia when he reached his late father's house. Inside, there was an old guitar case sitting against the wall. It held a black vintage model with a sticky note that said, "For my boy." He stayed in town longer than he planned to, reminiscing about his childhood. Driving by his former high school, he remembered the mural he painted up on Mount Ormond. He bought a 12-pack and headed for the lodge. After weeks of not hearing back from Jeff, his colleagues assumed that grief had gotten the better of him after his father passed away. His neighbor got tired of sitting for his dog, which became more and more agitated as the days went by. The dog became a stray again, erring while seeking out the familiar trail of Jeff's multi-scent. So the dog went looking for him. All right. I'm doing well, Sydney, if you're still here. Thanks for asking, man. So Jeff Johansson comes with 3 perks of his own. First of all, we got Breakdown. Anytime you're removed from a hook, whether you escape yourself or whether you're saved from the hook, the hook's going to break, and the killer's aura is going to be shown to you for 4 seconds. So basically an anti-camping, anti-tunneling kind of perk, it seems like. So, you know, all the times that a killer might be right there by the hook and come back and smack you again and put you right back on the same hook. This is going to prevent that, because at least it's going to break that particular hook that you was hooked on and make the killer, you know, take you to a new hook anyway. I don't really know that this is that good of a perk, to be honest with you. I don't really like it. I think it's kind of a... Yeah, I don't see the benefit of this perk, really. To be honest with you, there's way better perks than this perk. Aftercare. Aftercare unlocks the potential in one's aura reading ability. You're going to see the aura of every survivor that you rescue from a hook, or that rescues you from a hook. Or when you complete a healing action, or when they complete a healing action on you. And they're going to also see your aura. So this is going to start at 1 survivor at level 1 and move up to level 3 survivors at level 3. And it's going to be anywhere on the map where you can see their aura. The effects of this perk are reset, again, when you're hooked by a killer. This one's going to be kind of an interesting perk, because it's going to allow the other people that you heal as well to see your aura, which will make things a little bit interesting. I don't know that it's better than Bond. I guess it is in a way, but there are going to be times, like right after you're hooked, when it's going to reset, where like Bond wouldn't. So this one I think is going to take a little bit of time on getting used to see if this one's actually better than Bond. Right now I do think Bond is better than Empathy, but time will tell us if Aftercare is actually, you know, the new Bond. It looks pretty good, but I haven't used it yet. I think this one's going to take some time to kind of figure out, you know, how good it actually is in, you know, in real games. Sounds good. His last perk is called Distortion, and this is a perk that's going to allow you to start the trial with 3 tokens, and when your aura would otherwise be shown to the killer, the perk is going to activate and a token is consumed. So when the perk activates for the next 6 seconds, while the perk's activated, your aura and your scratch marks will not be shown to the killer. So basically it gives you 3 times when the killer would see your aura. Instead, the killer will not see your aura with this perk. So basically this is an anti-barbecue and chili perk is what this is. An anti-barbecue and chili perk, and no scratch marks are shown for 6 seconds, and no, your aura is not going to be shown to the killer as well. So no more having to hide behind a generator or move into the killer's close proximity. I really like this perk. I think it's about time. It's well past time, actually. It's been about 1.5 years since Leatherface came out. So survivors have had to go for 1.5 years before we finally get an anti-barbecue and chili perk for survivors. So I think this one's going to be a pretty popular perk, and definitely Jeff Johansson's best perk is what it looks like to me. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and play the killer, guys. I'm only rank 13, but let's go ahead and try the new killer out and kind of see how he works. Let's just go ahead and take his new perk, Iron Maiden. I think that's probably the best of his 3 perks. And we'll see what kind of damage we can do here. Welcome to the stream, everybody. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Almost 20 minutes it took me to read all the new characters, the new survivor, the new killer's bio, and went over their perks and everything. And we know it's going to take longer before we can get a lobby, because everybody and their brother is trying to play the new killer right now. Okay, we're almost to level 15. Yeah, it increases the time by 2 seconds. So 8 seconds to 10 seconds. That's a pretty cool perk. Let's go ahead and grab that one. Alright, we got a couple of Twitchers in the game. My first game as the Legion. We got all three of his new perks, guys. Iron Maiden, Discordance, and Mad Grit. And we also got Blood Warden. So we'll see how we do at rank 13. So again, we're not going up against just complete noobs here. My first game as the Legion. How will I do? How many will I kill? What do you think, Christian?
3.
You should tune in and watch. No, my game crashed. What the heck? Come on, game. There we go. How will I do? Yeah, you're gonna have to go take a shower here soon, bub. So the first thing I want to do is look for any yellow generators, right? I mean, since I got that new perk, I want to see if there's any generators that more than 2 people are working on. Aha! No, that I thought I saw yellow. No. Okay, so even if you stop before the end of that rush, you still get the stun. There we go, yellow. That's what it looks like when two or more survivors are working on it. That's cool. Wow, this killer's pretty powerful, actually. There's my stun. Okay. Pretty cool, pretty cool. This new killer is actually pretty cool, Christian. I think you might like him.
Stop screaming.
Oh yeah, I'm screaming. Yeah, it's because I have the headset on and it's loud. Alright. So the hook turned yellow as well. That's kind of weird. Monitor and abuse would probably be a good perk for this guy. Fat shamed, man. Where'd they go? I got the music, so I know. Oh, there they are. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Welcome to stream, everybody. Yeah, I like this new killer. Where did you go, Meg? There you are. Where is she? There she is. Somebody took out my hook. Where you guys at, man? It's yellow, boys. Shit, man. Brenda, how you doing, hun? job, guys. Zach's playing killer. Who is this? Well, this is the new killer. I had to play him at least once, Brenda. Had to figure out kind of how he works. They're already gone, I think. We streamers aren't that bad. Yeah, what's going on, Brenda? Me playing killer? What is going on? Alright, let's try out the new survivor, I guess. Well, wait, let's play one of my mains right now until I get some fucking blood points so I can pump them up a little bit. Because I am at rank 3, and if I'm at rank 3 with no fucking perks, yeah, that's gonna suck. How you doing tonight, Brenda? Be the Legion. We can see it right there. Great, thought I'd catch some of the live stream before bed. Nice, well I'm glad you stopped in, hon. I am glad you stopped in. I'm actually tired. I'm really tired tonight, so I probably won't be up too long. But I did want to go ahead and try a little bit of the new Killer and Survivor and kind of see what was up with it before I went to bed tonight.
Couldn't sleep. Couldn't sleep. You didn't test it.
I slept alright last night, but I got up really early. Like, what time did I go to bed? Like 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I woke up at like 3 and I couldn't sleep anymore. So I didn't get much sleep last night. 5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours. Yeah. The new killer can vault pallets. Yeah, looks like it. I guess he can if he's. I think he can only vault pallets. It sounds like he can only vault pallets if he's using his power, though. His speed up power or whatever. He can vault pallets, but he can't break them while he's using the power. So this will be the only killer that can actually vault pallets. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know how it works. What is up with this lag? Holy shit. Welcome, welcome to the stream, Brenda, and whoever else is watching. He's got all three of them with a deep wound. Nice. That's a pretty good run. That's a pretty good chase. I like it. I like this new killer. I like playing against him, and I like him right now. Ah, nice one. I was expecting him to come from the other way. Good one now. Melons, what's up, dude? Fuck, man, I'm in the dungeon. Probably not gonna get saved while I'm down here. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you guys. Welcome, everybody. Rock and roll, how you doing, dude? Good to see you, man. Go for it, man. Ah, fuck, he's coming. Yeah. Damn it. I'm okay, I got a new job, half the pay, but half is better than nothing. I'm doing alright, man. I'm just really sleepy tonight. I wanted to try out this new PTB, try out the new killer and everything like that before I went to bed. Well, I'm dead on hook. Good job, Mr. Killer. Welcome, everybody. 11 people now watching now. You guys are enjoying my first reactions, my first impressions of the new upcoming DLC called The Legion. Make sure you hit that like button for me, guys. Thanks, man. Alright. Did we get a pip? I don't know. Nope. That guy only has one perk, too. That's a pretty good perk. Shows it basically gives the killer a really good indicator of where the survivors are, especially if they're working together on a generator. Pretty powerful perk. I kind of like that one. Man, 13,000 points and barely kept from losing a pip. Thanks, rock and roll, Melons. All right. Here's a new survivor, obviously. Jeff Johansson. The lighting looks really weird, like even in this lobby right now. Does the lighting look really weird to you guys? Alright, we're going to go up against the Legion again, guys. If you guys missed me playing as the Legion, I did play as the Legion my first game. Hey, Brookie Bear, how you doing, hon? New killer, new survivor, Brookie Bear. Doesn't really matter in the PTB anyway, because the blood points don't really count or anything, I don't think. Brookie Bear, good to see you, hon. Are you off work now? Yeah, it looks a little bit bright. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Alright, let's see if we can survive against Legion this time. He's pretty fun to play, though. He's a little bit more powerful than I thought he was, playing as him. He seems like he's pretty good. I don't think he's as powerful as a Spirit, though. I think he's got some interesting perks. This is the new map, guys. Yeehaw, we get the new map. Right on. Boy, Kate's gonna be cold dressed like this, ain't she? So this killer's probably going to have that new perk that's going to show him the yellow generator, so he's going to be right over here. Yep. Alright, let's check out this new map, guys. I like the wintry snowflakes. This is a cool-ass map. First time we've seen outdoors with snow, guys. I like it. I like it a lot. Mend to self instead of heal self. It's a whole new animation. Man, that's cool. Yep, this is a new killer. Nice butt. There you go, Melons, just for you, man. Fuck is this? There's the snow coming in, guys. Yeah, baby. It's just like a guy in a long black jacket that can, he can move really fast, and then it's him right there, chasing Claudette. Kind of looks like a biker dude or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really a biker dude, but bum, 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 bum. Kind of looks like he's from the Matrix or something. The movie. I don't know. Or Assassin's Creed, maybe. Snowplow. That's cool. You can get inside of it. It's pretty sweet. Pile of snow. Ooh. I like this new map, though. What do you guys think of the new map? No, when he's using a speed attack, it won't knock you down, Brookie Bear. It applies like a deep wound, which is an extra healing time, if you would. Yeah, it's kind of like a borrowed time almost, or something. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, if he's using a speed attack when he hits you, his power, which gives him, I'll show you. I'll play as the killer and show you kind of how he works. But it won't. It'll injure you the first time. But if he hits you while he's using that speed power attack, it won't put you in a dying state. Instead, it just gives you a deep wound. And when you have a deep wound and he hits you, then I don't think you can be knocked down. I'll show you. Here's what he looks like. And the cool thing about the Legion is he has this blade, and you can kind of see what he looks like. But you can also come here and you can change him from Frank, hooded leather jacket, to Julie. So you can be a female Legion or you can be a male Legion, which is kind of cool. First time we've seen a male or a female killer. So I think that's pretty cool. And then you have a couple of different masks you can choose from. The yellow. So we'll be the female Legion here, but so this is his power. A lot of writing here, but basically the Legion has a frenzy power gauge that builds up over time. So you have a power, frenzy power that builds up over time, and then by holding M2 or your power button, the power gauge is going to drain rapidly while you're holding down the button, and you're going to move a lot faster. And your Legion's going to sprint faster than base movement speed. And he can also vault pallets while using this power, but he can't break them. So the first killer that can vault a pallet. We've never seen a killer that can vault a pallet until this guy. While he's using that power, though, he's not going to be able to see the scratch marks from a survivor. But missed attacks have a reduced cooldown. So he's going to be able to swing quicker if he misses an attack. Now, while he's using this power up, if you hit a survivor that's not yet injured, It's going to injure them, and it's going to give them a deep wound status effect. And then it's going to refill his power gauge, so he's going to get, you know, all his power back to keep moving fast. And then it's also going to trigger Killer Instinct, which is going to reveal the location of any survivors that don't yet have that deep wound status, and they're within his terror radius. So he's going to see their auras as well when he hits a survivor with his power. And then while it's active as well, if he hits a survivor that already has the deep wound, it's just going to reduce a portion of their deep wound status bleed out timer. And then it's also going to delete all his power gauge immediately if he hits somebody that already has the deep wound. Hitting the survivor with a basic attack while filler power is not active will deplete the killer's entire power gauge. So then he has perks. Discordance is going to, anytime 2 survivors or more are working on the same generator, the generator is yellow. And if he has like level 2, it's going to be 10 seconds. If he has level 3, it's going to be 12 seconds. So these are just level 1. They get stronger as you get level 2 and 3. Mad Grit, I think this is probably going to be a favorite of killers here. While carrying a survivor, you suffer no cooldown for missed attacks. So basically, this is kind of a perk that's going to prevent survivors from like body blocking a killer while he's trying to get to a hook and stuff like that. Because I know a lot of killers have complained about survivors swarming the killer while the killer's trying to get somebody to a hook or whatever, and body blocking and all that. So while the killer's carrying a survivor to a hook or carrying a survivor wherever, he can swing, and he doesn't have any kind of cooldown for missed attacks. So he can swing wildly over and over and over again. And if he hits another survivor, whoever he's carrying, their wiggle is basically paused for 2 seconds. So pretty powerful perk there to kind of prevent the anti-swarming and anti-body blocking by survivors. And then he also has Iron Maiden, which allows the killer to unlock or to open lockers 30% faster. And also, any survivor that's in a locker that exits the locker, even if they're on the other side of the map, they're going to be vulnerable to an exposed status, which means a 1-hit down, and their aura is going to be revealed to the killer for 4 seconds. So all the survivors that like to hide in lockers, yeah, you get out of the locker, you have a 1-hit down for 15 seconds, and the killer is going to see exactly where you're at, even if they're across the map, for 4 seconds. So, yeah, pretty powerful perks for the killer here. Not as powerful as some of the other perks we've seen on killers. I don't think he has anything as powerful as like Rancor for the Spirit or anything. But yeah, I think he's a decent killer. I don't think he's as good a killer as the Spirit, but you know, that'll take a little bit of time to be determined for sure. But we're going to go ahead and kind of show you how this works. That's awesome. That's really cool. Karumi, how you doing? That mask is freaking me out. Put them in the Iron Maiden. Excellent. Yeah, we're running Blood Warden and his 3 new perks. Mad Grit. So if I'm carrying a survivor and they're swarming me, I get no cooldown for attacks. I got Discordance too, so anytime 2 or more survivors are working on the same generator, that generator will turn yellow for 10 seconds. And Iron Maiden allows me to open lockers 30% faster. And if somebody exits a locker, I'm going to see their aura for 4 seconds, and they'll have a 1-hit knockdown for 15 seconds. I only got him to level 16. I pretty much used all the blood points I had to level this guy up. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you guys are all having a good night. Guys, I just barely started playing this new PTB. I haven't played it earlier, so it's all new to me, guys. I think the killer's pretty cool. Survivor is just another Survivor. Like, I don't see anything special about the new Survivor or his perks, really. Like Spike, that's right. Thanks, Brookie Bear. Yeah, hit that like button, guys, if you're watching and you're enjoying the stream. It's going to take a few minutes, guys, before we get a lobby because, again, everybody's trying to play the new killer and test him out, so we got a little bit of a wait. I think the first time I played, first game I played when I played the killer, I think it was about a 5-minute wait or something like that. So again, this is a non-licensed killer. This is a killer they came up with all themselves, which is kind of good because I like their original killers more than the licensed killers, except for maybe, I think Myers is probably their best licensed killer right now. I'm not real fond of the pig. Freddy's cool, but yeah, I think Myers is their best licensed killer. I just think their original killers are better than the licensed killers. Hey, we faced that guy. Guys, this is the same people we faced our first game. I remember the names. We had those two in our first game as a killer. Best mod ever, Brookie Bear. Brookie Bear is a fantastic mod. I'll give you that. Yeah, we all love Brookie Bear. Brookie Bear, you're gonna have to sing us some Christmas songs sometime this year, you know. I'm just saying, girl. It's that time of year. Thanksgiving's already come and gone. How many of you guys in the stream right now would like to hear Brookie Bear sing? She doesn't have to sing tonight. But how many of you guys want to hear Brookie Bear sing before Christmas? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear Brookie Bear sing us some Christmas music. Melons is like me. Yeah, I know I want to hear her sing again. Brookie Bear, you have a fantastic voice. We love to hear you sing, girl. Oh yeah. I hope we don't have a broken lobby. There we go. I'm horrible at killer, but you guys will get a good idea of how the killer works from watching me play the killer here. Brookie Bear. You got good news. I like good news, Brookie Bear. What's the good news, son? So this DLC here will probably be out in like a couple weeks. About 2 weeks from now, the DLC will probably hit, and it'll be $8. It won't be free. Oh, wow. When was this, Brookie Bear? Do tell. Congratulations. Can we get a congratulations? Hashtag congratulations, Brookie Bear, in the chat. Yeah, give Brookie Bear some love. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. And I guess you said yes, Brookie Bear? Oh, I just jumped over that pallet. That was pretty cool. So now see, instead of going down, now he has a deep wound. I've hit him twice and he would normally be down, but he has a deep wound. So he has to sit there and repair himself like that, Brookie Bear. He has to mend his wounds before he can even heal. Now if I hit him again, he will go down. But I'm using the power now, so he's gonna... if I would have hit him, he would have less time on the deep wounds. See, now his deep wound status is even further. And if he doesn't heal himself, if he doesn't mend himself, then he's gonna drop, I do believe. Man, I'm getting wrecked this time. Oops. Oh, that is so awesome, Brookie Bear. So happy for you, girl. Nice. Missed. Jamming, man. We got 2 people working on that gen over there. That's why it's yellow. That's that perk showing me that 2 people are working on this generator. So now we got 2 people working on this one. So because I hit him, it refilled all the way up. Yeah, that's a pretty cool killer. Pretty useful perk. No cooldown. Hatch. Nice. Good job, guys. Good job, game, guys. Well, I haven't got a kill yet with the new killer, but I like him. Or her. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But we all know I suck with killer anyway, so. Good night, Bricky Bear. Or no, Melons is going to bed. Good night, Good night, Melons. Appreciate you coming in, man. Alright, and with that, guys, I am completely exhausted. I just wanted to go ahead and get a quick play of the new DBD PTB. I'll probably be back tomorrow for some more DBD for sure. But while I have you guys here, let's go ahead and find somebody that's playing some DVDs and give them a raid, guys. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And let's take a look. Let's see who is streaming right now. Well, I guess we're going to go ahead and give Kumo a raid and show him some love, guys. I want to go and thank you guys for being here. I'm just exhausted tonight. I didn't get much sleep last night. So be sure you go show Kumo some love, guys. And hit him up with some love. Check him out as he plays the new PTB. I can see he's in the PTB right now. Great guy. And Kumo is over there. So give him some love from Zaxtorian. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.